A very good evening to everyone present here, to all our viewers, and a very warm welcome to all of you in another live session of Getty Live Talk series as a part of hashtag Disruptive Education Movement, an initiative by Global Education and Training Institute, wherein we bring education leaders from around the globe to come and share their ideas, wonderful ideas and practices with the world. And so far, we have conducted more than 1,200 sessions on this forum. So, a big thanks to each one of you for being a part of this journey. And today, we have our esteemed guest for this session, and Miss Samriddhi Tyagi, who is the founder and chairperson at Sanskar Educational Foundation in Muzaffarnagar. And Miss Tyagi, she started her career in 2008 after completing her graduation as a career counselor in some renowned organization. And then she has also been into various workshops. She's conducted various workshops, training programs on soft skills and business etiquettes in more than 25 professional and technical colleges in Delhi NCR. Well, as I said, she is the founder and chairperson of Sanskar Education Foundation, which she established in 2014 with an objective to provide career guidance and counseling to the students in rural belt and to work for women empowerment. And the topic of the discussion today is the same, that is role of parents and teachers in career guidance once the students have completed their 12th. So I think without taking much time, I would like to welcome ma'am on this platform of Getty. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you very
And
much. And my heartiest congratulations to your institute, to your organization for initiating such a wonderful program of calling all the educators here and giving guidance and this hope for
thank you so
the
much, ma'am.
youngsters.
Thanks. So, as we speak, is the role of parents and teachers in career selection, that is especially after 12, because till 12th, everything is fine, everything is going smooth. Students are more busy with their exams, preparing for boards, and completing their assignments and projects. Uh, they are not really connected with what's going to happen after 12th. And the moment the exams are done, so the question arises, what next?
What
And
next?
yes, that's a big question mark because some students they decide beforehand, but most of them they are confused where to go, which stream to select, what will I be doing after my graduation. I mean, there are so many questions that arises, and if we talk about the role here of the parents and teachers, uh, I would say sometimes the parents, obviously all the parents want best for their children. Sometimes, do you think the decisions taken by them are somewhat hindering? They hinder with the aim or with the capabilities of the child somewhere after 12. What do you have to say on this? And especially also the roles of the teacher.
Yes, it happens. Many a times it happens. And it has very solid reasons behind it. The reason is the parents are so much engaged in their day to day activities and they have their respective professions as well. And it is into human nature that if something is not of, urgency, like I am sitting here and I am having my work, I will not go out. But if my leg gets fractured, then I will go and seek a doctor on an urgent basis. So it is considered that career counseling and taking a career decision is not an urgent need, when the child enters 10th or 11th or 12th. So it becomes an urgent need just after he, writes his board examinations. So at that time, the parents are confused because they have not reached a decision, and it happens, it becomes more grave, the situation becomes more grave, because by the time they approach a career counselor or they try to seek information, they have missed out most of the career opportunities, like most of the registration dates for prestigious entrance examinations are over till then. Okay, the most prestigious institutes have taken their entrance examinations before that. So they missed out on getting admission in the prestigious institutes, and they have to choose from what is left over. So the situation really, really makes it more difficult if you come after board examinations. Secondly, there are some other factors also, like uh, the the social and cultural perceptions of a person. If a child is interested, like a girl is interested to pursue a course of air hostess, and if she wants to be a model, or if a boy wants to go into arts and humanities, they say that they will not give, they will not supplement his interest with some, important information, that if you want to be a model, you have to do this in this course, these are the institutions. And they do not provide the information on how tough the competition is, how competitive this industry is, how you need to groom yourself. You need to provide information to your child. What parents most of the time do, and I have observed it during these years, is that they put a full stop on their thinking. And this is where the child takes back step. He does not discuss the career options, his interests, before the parents, because he know that I'm going to be judged. If I say that I have interest in designing, instead of checking on net or getting well informed about what all the options are there in designing, what all the career options are there in designing, what all are the prestigious institutes for this, what are the entrance examinations for this, what is the scope after that, they will put, most of them, sorry to say, but they put full stop, because they have already made up their mind that I want my child to be a doctor, I want my child to be an engineer. And again, to be an engineer means, if they have a college in their mind, so they will not bother if the child is getting the branch that he is interested in, he has aptitude in. They will get, they will choose whatever branch is available to them through counseling. And most of them do not know about how technical counseling takes place. What are the things we have to be prepared beforehand if we are going to appear for the technical counseling? There is so much of documentation, especially in NEET. So most of the parents are not even well equipped with all the information, and they don't know how to get these documents prepared. What are my categories and subcategories? So the parents need to play really a very important role, and same goes for teachers, because the responsibility of a school and teachers does not end with good percentage in class 12. Why? Because the career trends are changing every day, and we see that percentage is not going to be the only criteria for having a good career, or for having success in life. I will later on share it in my slide. Uh, Hello, Miss Prerna. Can Are you hearing me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So should I begin with the slide, or is
Sure,
there
ma'am.
any
You
other?
can. No, no,
Okay,
you
okay.
can start.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, very good evening to all the viewers. We already had a warming up question, and I'm all set to start with the slideshow. The topic for today is the role of parents and teachers in career selection after 12th. This seems very simple when you look at the topic, but it is really a very important topic to be discussed with all the parents and teachers. And I hope that the presentation today will help you, will guide you how to assist your child in the career selection decision. Before I begin, I would like to take a quote by Franklin D. Roosevelt. He uh, was the 32nd US president, and he rightly says that we may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future. So, during this conversation, during this discussion, I'm going to tell you some of the points that I feel are very important for parents and teachers to keep in mind while assisting, while guiding their children for a better career choice, and I, as I call it, a good fit. Every career, every job, every course is good, but it is not suitable for everybody. So we need to select a job, a career that is a good fit for our child, and a potential career as well. Potential career means something, a career that pushes him for a better version of himself, and who throws some challenges as well, so that he tries to improve himself on daily basis, right? So why do we need this career counseling, and why there is so much of hue and cry over the career selection? Uh, as you all must be listening that the term career counseling, career guidance is everywhere. Back when I started as a career counselor, people did not understand the concept of career counseling in 2008. And till date also, many people don't understand what a career counselor does. They come to us to seek information, career information about courses and colleges, but we do more than that. Okay, so back to the question, why do we need career counseling so badly now? The answer is the job environment is changing very drastically, and we have been seeing it for the last decade. That and as you can see, there are surveys all around which are telling us that we need to make a shift in the way we perceive education, in the way we get skilled, because the skill set is also changing, the demand for a skill set is also changing. So uh, some to quote here, one is the average person will change careers 5 to 7 times during their working years. It is as per the career change statistics that uh, average person will change careers 5 to 7 times during their working years. Earlier, it never happened. Our parents, grandparents, they were satisfied with one job. They carried on with one job, and they they lead a very disciplined and happy life. But now this generation, these millennials and Gen Z, these youngsters, they are very ambitious and outcome oriented. It was found in a survey conducted by a global survey by NITO. Into they found that they have conducted this survey on the students from various universities across the globe, and they found that this generation is very ambitious. They want to follow their heart. They want to unleash their highest potential. Most of them want to be on the top of their respective fields, on the top positions of their respective fields. So they are very ambitious and they are outcome oriented. How outcome oriented? They feel that if I am spending this much of time, energy, and money on a particular course, on a particular skill set. So, what is the outcome? How much growth I'm getting in my career? So, they are growth oriented as well. The second is many of them are leaving jobs. Why are they leaving jobs? Reasons are they are not satisfied with the workplace culture, they feel stressed, there are mental health issues, and many of them reported that they get less recognition for their skills and contribution towards the uh, company. And some feel that they are not highly paid, they are less paid than they deserved. So, working people are increasingly responsible for carving their own paths. As I said, they want to follow their heart. Increase in career choice, it is very evident that there is an increase in career choices. Now we see a whole spectrum of jobs everywhere, from media influencer to online schoolings and webinars, and universities of offering online classes. So there is increase in career choices. Many of them want post covid, it happened and it was reported by many of the people. Most of the youngsters reported that they want a better work life balance. They don't want to be robots working day in and day out in the companies. They want a better work life experience. Last but very important is that we each year full time work equates to around 2,000 hours of our life, a considerable chunk of time. So it is not surprising then that being unhappy or unsatisfied in a job can profoundly affect our lives. And it was also put by Dr. Massendore in his theory that a life depends, a happy life, a fully satisfied life, gratified life depends on the balance on four factors: what the spiritual side of a person, the thoughts and feelings, his physical side, and family. If you neglect any one of these factors, you would not be satisfied in your life. You must be lacking something. So, what is the role of parents in that? Parents and teachers play a very important role. Why? One thing is that you see the most of the people, the concept of career counseling is not important. People say that there are career counselors who will consult them, but a career counselor cannot know your child and his needs as much as a parent and teacher can. A career counselor cannot develop the skill set required to be successful in a particular profession as the teachers can. You visit a career counselor at once or twice, and that is for seeking information. But if you, it would be helpful if you be in continuous touch with a career counselors 3 or 4 years before you are going to make a career decision. So there are some limitations for a career counselor as well, and there the parents and teachers need to play a very important role, and they need to act as mentors and torchbearers for the young generation. As per Frank Parcel, the founder of Vocational Guidance Movement, and he is also the author of Choosing a Vocation. This is when this uh, vocational guidance become a part of career counseling. This is where the career counseling, starts in psychology. So he said that the occupational decision making occurs when people have achieved. Now you need to understand what an accurate understanding of their individual traits, aptitude, interest, personal abilities means. You need to know who you are, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what duties can you perform better, where you can perform better, what are the areas in your academics or extracurricular activities where you can perform better. Are you sociable or are you an introvert? You like doing things alone. So it is about knowing yourself. Then a knowledge of job and the labor market. You need to know about the world of work. And then the rational and objective judgment about the relationship between their individual traits and the labor market. Now you need to match that who I am, what is my career aspiration, is it a good fit for me, am I going to do justice with my potential here being in this job, is this job going to fulfill my life aspirations. I always say and mark it, you do not choose a career, you choose a lifestyle. Sometimes people, the children come to me, and once a girl came to me and she said that ma'am, I want to be a government teacher. And what kind of life do you want to live? Ma'am, I want to live abroad. So being a government teacher in India cannot help you to live in abroad. Then you need to have some other career options. So it is not just about personality, aptitude, interest. It is also about what kind of life a child wants to live, what are his aspirations, and is this job, is this career going to help him. We'll further discuss about these factors. So, the role that a teacher and a parent play in career decision making is actually mandatory, is actually needed in all the three parts, in all the three segments. A child cannot know himself better if the parents do not cooperate. He cannot have jobs in labor market knowledge if the teachers, school and parents do not help him. And then you have to take, you need to help him to choose a career. Right. So earlier, career education is divided into five phases. We feel that relax. The career decision making is going to happen once my child pass class 12th. Once there is a transition between school and college. But as you can see here, there are 5 phases for career education, and the career education starts as soon as the child enters the kindergarten, and that is called the awareness phase. So what does a parent need to do? First, in the awareness phase, that is from kindergarten to grade 6, you need to help your children become aware of the values of a work oriented society. How can you do that? Put small chunks of information. Do not make it a paper pen, practice for him. When you go to a market, on the way to school, even in the school, you can tell him that everybody is making a living. Okay, everybody is skilled in a particular task to make a living. Everybody is skilled to perform a particular duty. As your teachers are skilled in teaching and they are teaching you in the classroom. Your principal is at an administrative post. So he must become aware that everybody is doing something outside the house. Second is the orientation phase, that is from grade 7th to grade 8. Provide educational experience which help students to become familiar with the economic system. How does the economic system works? How do we earn? What contribution do we make towards the society and the organization? The exploration age, grade 7 to grade 10, enables a student to explore various occupational clusters, obtain initial work experience, and integrate work values into their personal value system. Here, the teachers have to play a very important role because you need to tell them what are the work ethics. See, we can take it very practically. We tell our children to be on time. Punctuality is a key to success. It is the first impression you make on a person. So, how punctuality is valued in a professional setup? Tell them what is discipline, how it is valued when you go out for work, what kind of discipline is required there. Okay, what are the workplace etiquettes and culture? So, you need to make them a little aware about that so that they value these things and they inculcate them, they make them their personal value system. Okay, the preparation phase, grade 10th, post secondary and post graduation phase. Actually, it is the time when you make a transition. Some people choose a career after 10th or a vocational program after 10th. Some choose it after 12th, some choose it after graduation or post graduation. So it is the time when you need to narrow down your career choice and you need to opt a career and a course accordingly to the career that you want to pursue. And this is the preparation phase. Then the fifth one is the adult and continuing education phase, enables individuals advancement and aids in the discovery, analysis, and preparation for new careers. So till fourth phase, the role of parents and teachers is really important. Now we need to understand one thing. Donald Super uh, was a psychologist who emphasized on the importance of self-concept in career selection. And I believe it is very important because we all pick up jobs not for earning. We pick up a job that suits us, that we identify with, and that can help us gaining gratification from our job. So Donald Super, he also gave Super's theory and Super's 5 life and career development stages. He says that in making a career choice, individuals are expressing their self concept. Teachers and parents need to understand it. Your child is not a raw material. He can make an earning everywhere. Every child is, potential enough to do 10 plus jobs. Like you can select any job, any career out of them, and he will perform there. But he would not be satisfied. He would not be, he would not do justice to his potential. He cannot reach to the heights in that career if it does not reflect or match with his self concept. In making a career choice, individuals are expressing their self concept or understanding this self, which evolves over time. He influenced the idea that developing a sense of self and realize that you change over time is important when planning a career. why I use this in a slide, that you need to accept this for now. Once you start, you observe your child, you notice his behavior, his aptitude, interest, his personality traits, and you make them feel that yes, you are doing good at maths. You like meeting people. So he develops a self concept about himself that yes, I like meeting people. Then he once he observes it, if he wants to carry out with this trait, he will carry out, or if he wants to change, he will change. So that will that will make him believe that what I am and what I want to be in my life, there is a gap in these two things. Okay, what I am means my actual self, my perceived self, और my ideal self. These are three selves, और इन्हीं की वजह से conflict होता है कि I what is I am actually what I feel I am and what I want to be. What is my ideal self? So if a child knows the concept, this theory that what you are and what you want to be, if you work hard on your skill set, if you work hard on your habits, you can one day become what you want to be, what is your ideal self. So parents and teachers can really help in developing the self concept of a child and making him believe that what he is and what he wants to be, he can be what he wants to be in the future. Now, keep making it very simple and keep I have segregated the points in a very simple way, that how parents can help the child in career decision making, and what is the whole process of getting into a course, selecting a college, and how you need to prepare beforehand for all that. So how parents can help? The first point that everybody should keep in mind is that class 8 is the time when you must get alert. That now it is the time, at time when I must take this career decision making seriously. Most of the time, it happens that we make this career decision when the child, comes into class 11th and he selects a stream. And unfortunately, most of the children, they select the stream not on the basis of their career aspirations, but on the basis of how they have performed in class 12th. Okay, so that is not the right criteria of stream selection. So if a child already knows that I want to be a lawyer, so he will pick up a stream that will help him, support him in cracking the examination. So class 8 is the time when you need to, when you need to take things very seriously about career decision making. Second point is know your child. Now, how can you know your child? You know what shirt he likes, what color he likes, what cuisine he loves to eat. So, know your child means here that in relevance to the career selection. Okay, likes, dislikes, which subject he likes most, which subject he dislikes, what is his interests and hobbies, which extracurricular activities he participates in, and then the personality and aptitude. So you can take help of psychometric assessments, and a counseling psychologist will help. No need to go to a career counselor. If you go to a counseling psychologist, that would be a better substitute. Actually, career counseling psychologist is the right person to go for such tests. The results will be unbiased then. Okay, so you need to know your child, and I would suggest that you must start taking these tests as soon as he comes into class 8. Start visiting the counselor twice a year. Okay, and he will guide, he will give you an insight about what skill set the child needs, and what is the personality, what is the aptitude of the child, about his interests also you can know. You can also know about the career interests of a child as well through some psychometric assessments. Discuss various career options and their requirements. Now you need to have serious career conversations with your child, and do not make them boring. just discuss it over dinner, after dinner, whenever you sit with your child. You can, have career conversations, and in what way? Like, present 2 or 3 careers. If your child comes to you and say that I want to be a pilot, tell them how can you be a pilot, which exams you need to crack, and in a very casual way. Do not pressurize him, do not take it seriously, just tell them, just supplement him with the information. Okay, narrow down the career choices. You need to sit down with your child, and you can do that when he comes in standard 11th, as in in the first half of class 11th. You can narrow down the choices. uh, During class 11th also you can narrow down the choices, because most of the registrations for prestigious institutions are open by November. So you need to be prepared with a decision when he comes into 12th, into class 12th. Okay, so narrow down the career choices, and I will further tell you what are the factors on which you can narrow down the career choices. Okay, visit career counselors. It we simply have seen people saying that be well informed. How can parents be well informed? They have their own duties. They are already occupied with so much of work, their professional life, personal life, other responsibilities. So make a schedule, visit a counselor twice, attend career counseling seminars and workshops in your nearby, and do read generals. Take time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, read on net. You know, read on net about the various changing career trends and the scope, and about various career choices. This is how you can keep yourself updated about what is changing in the work environment. Okay, what is changing in the job trend? Right. So keep an open mind. Keep an open mind means do not shut down the ideas that your child, speaks to you about his career plans, about his education. So do not shut him down. Keep an open mind. Listen to him. Be patient. Okay, and uh, do not be prejudiced. Like, do not have those social and cultural stigmas when it comes to your child's career selection. So keep an open mind. Be open to all the ideas. And why do I said that you need to visit a career counselor as soon as as soon as your child is in class 8th? Because parents have parents also have perceptions. Everybody has perceptions. This whole society works with perceptions. We have perceptions about each and everything. So when you visit a counselor at the last moment, and the counselor tells you that your child can do better in this career, but you have already made up your mind that I want my child to be an engineer. Any counselor cannot break that perception. 20 minutes meeting, or in a half an hour counseling session. Okay, and you yourself cannot do that. You can say, you can agree to the counselor, but you will do whatever you have already made up your mind for, right? So when you attend these counseling seminars, workshops, when you meet counselors, they work on your perception system. एंड जैसे जैसे आप ज़्यादा अवेयर होते जाएंगे, वैसे वैसे ही आपका जो परसेप्शन सिस्टम है वो ब्रेक होना शुरू होगा, एंड देन यू वुड बी ओपन अबाउट द वेरियस करियर ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल फॉर योर चाइल्ड. See, as the general perception I'm telling you is that medical and engineering are the best career options. Banking and teaching are the best career options for girls. So these are the perceptions, and we need to break these perceptions. For that, we need to visit counselors. We need to keep ourselves updated, and it will happen gradually only. It is not going to happen overnight. Change how you look at your child's academic performance. It is very important. I want my child to be a lawyer. He is going to give CLAT. I'm just giving the name of one exam. There are other exams also. So this is the entrance exam for NLU, right? And you are pressurizing him to perform better in class 12th, but paying no heed on his entrance test preparation. You don't even know which entrance test he has to crack to be a good lawyer, to get into a prestigious institute. So this is lack of information. And your outlook towards the academic performance will change only if you are well informed. If you already know that my child wants to be a fashion designer, and there are institutes like NIFT, and there are some other institutes as well, uh, prestigious institutes as well, and they conduct entrance tests. So you will not emphasize as much on his percentage as you will emphasize on how can we help him prepare for the entrance test. So what kind of coaching the child must get to crack this entrance test and get into a prestigious institute. So change the outlook towards your child's academic performance. He may not be good at maths, but he can be good at reasoning. He can be good. He must be having a legal awareness. He must be good at English, and he may be able to get a very good rank in CLAT examination. So why to emphasize on maths only? I'm giving you a fine example. Okay. The next point is counseling first. It is my slogan. Counseling first, coaching next. Counseling helps you know what you want to do, what is the pathway, okay? And coaching comes next. Once you know what I'm doing, what is my career aspiration, how am I going to prepare for it, only then you can decide what kind of coaching you require. Okay, most of the time parents get into coaching, get their child into a coaching institute even before deciding that what are the requirements for the uh, career they aspire for and they preparing for. Last point, it is the 10th point: gather information about the desired career. Once you have narrowed down your choices, career choices, you need to gather the information about the course that can lead you towards that career. The top institutes offering that course. What is the eligibility and the entrance exam pattern? What will be the registration time, tentative registration time, so you can be alert beforehand and do not miss out on the registration. Okay. Counseling procedure. What is the counseling procedure? What are the documents that are required? Do I fall into a category or subcategory? Then you need to get your papers, documents prepared. Okay. And what is the technical counseling? What are the, how can I enroll for that? You need to keep a login ID and password. There is so much of information that you need beforehand. And of course, budgeting is very important, and the location also, कि मैं अपने बच्चे को इतना दूर भेज सकता हूँ, इतना दूर नहीं भेज सकता हूँ। ये लास्ट मोमेंट पर जाकर आप लोग डिसाइड करते हो, और तब वो बच्चा किसी अच्छे कॉलेज में जाने से वंचित रह जाता है ना? तो ऐसे में फीस और लोकेशन, मेरा बजट क्या है? इफ आई रिक्वायर अ बैंक लोन, देन वो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आई नीड टू यू नो be ready with, and what should be the location of the institute. Okay, what are my preferred locations for the institute? So you need to keep these things. This is the checklist. You need to be prepared with it beforehand. And these are the responsibilities of the parents. Frankly speaking, the child has so much in his plate: uh, board examinations, classes, coaching, that he cannot keep track with all that. These are the responsibilities of the parents. Okay. So is it all? Do we need to know just about the aptitude, interest, personality of a child for career selection? No. I have seen people emphasizing only and only on psychometric assessment, or either on career information, which colleges are good, which courses are good, or what is my child like, what is his personality, what is his interest, because it seems an easy way out. You can go to a counselor, he will do all the psychometric assessments, the results will be out. But there are certain other factors as well that are very important for your child to be successful and to do justice with his potential in the career, right? Otherwise we would not be having the results in the survey like somebody is leaving the job because he get less recognition than deserved. It means he needs affiliation. He's apt for the job, he's performing his duties, but he's leaving the job because he is not getting the recognition that he desires. It shows that he yearns for, he needs affiliation from his work. Somebody is leaving the job. Why? Because he feels that I'm paid less, I'm underpaid. It means that high income matters to him. Okay, he does not want recognition, he wants high income. Somebody wants better work life experience. It means that they need leisure time from their job. They don't want to work day in and day out. Okay, some people want prestige from their job. So these are the factors that you need to keep in mind, and only parents and teachers can help a counselor know that what are the motivating factors for their child. One is high income. See if your child is inclined towards jobs that pay high salaries. Prestige. See if your child needs recognition, prestige in their job. Independence. See if your child wants to be independent, take decisions independently. Um, the people who are interested uh, to pursue their career in entrepreneurship, and most of the it was reported in a survey that Gen Z youth and these millennials, they are inclined towards starting their own startups, a majority of them. Okay, so what do they need? They need independence and leadership, and they want to do desired work also. This is why they are heading towards, being entrepreneurs. Financial security. Many of the brilliant uh, children, many of the brilliant youngsters, they do not go for MNCs either. Rather, they choose the government services, which do not pay them high. But what do they offer? They offer financial security. Diversity. Some people need diversity in their jobs. They do not want to sit in a cabin and do the same work throughout their lives. Laser is a factor. Many of the people working in MNCs, they are leaving their job because they feel that though the salary is high, but they are compromising on their family time, quality time, and on their health also. Leadership, desired work, immediate employment. Why MBA and BTech are regarded as the favorite careers among the youth? This is one of the factors. Immediate employment. They feel that once we are done with the degree, we'll get employment. Helping others. Many brilliant people leave their jobs in MNCs and start their own initiatives for social cause, just because they feel that helping others is the only thing that can, gratify them. Location is a factor. Many people choose a job because they feel that it will land them in their desired location. Many people are doing this BTech CS just because they want to live abroad and they feel that it's an easy way. You need to keep in mind the health issues as well. I have edited. Many times people come to me, and I have come across situations where a child has brain surgery, but the father says that I want him to pursue BTech CS. Why? Would he be happy doing that? Can he continue his job for a long time? Uh, can he justify with his potential? It will, you know, it will not be good for his health. So again, parents need to understand that health issues are a very important factor to take care while choosing a career. Like, I'm giving you another example. One person was asthmatic and he opted for chemical engineering. So again, it is not expected. You need to keep your health issues the in you know you need to pay attention towards your health issues while choosing a career, though it seems not important, but it is really important factor. Okay, so we are done with parents. Parents need to take care of all these factors. I hope it will help. And now coming to, this is the last slide. Now coming to the role of teachers in in career occupational decision making of a child, and how they can help a child in taking a better career decision. Right. It is according to Tristram Hule, professor of career education at the University of Derby, and it was his paper was published in the Guardian Teacher Network. And I felt that these points are really good. Okay, one is having career conversations. We need to have teachers in the classroom who can conversate with with their students about career, about jobs, about world of work. You need to link your subject to what it offers outside this classroom. Okay, then offer solutions, for example offering referring to professionals or other specialists. What teachers can do, teachers already have their own career, they have their own career journey. They can share that with their students. They can tell them, giving an example of their school as an organization, that how this hierarchy system works, and that every job needs different specializations, different eligibility criteria are there. And if some student come to them, see, career decision is a very wide, it covers a wide area of life. So a question may arise from anywhere. So if a student comes to a teacher with a specific query, uh, then the teacher must be able to offer some help, either refer him to the counselor, or arrange a talk between him and a person from the same industry he wants to get into after his education is over. Like, some if somebody wants to be a doctor, the teacher can arrange a talk between a doctor and the student, so that you know he gets an insight about what this profession is like how a doctor works, what qualification is required, what are the challenges. Okay, link their subject to the world of work. How my subject, what are the practicalities of my subject? If you are teaching physics, how physics plays an important role in our day-to-day life. What are the what are the career options around the globe? You know, so you need to link your subject with the world of work. Discussing various jobs and industries related to their subject, and inviting people working in the respective fields as guest speakers. So it is very evident you need to call guest speakers, you need to arrange, such career talks, and you need to, this is again a point of link their subject to the world of work. You need to give them, the students, an outlook that if you love this particular subject, what all are the career options that you can opt from, and how the people in this industries work. Apply their pedagogic skills to the delivery of career learning, for example, writing and communication skills. Every profession needs a particular skill set, and every subject has, I believe, has some, skills that can be taught to the students besides the textbook syllabus. Okay, so you need to give them that skill set, like business etiquettes are there, writing, communication, some projects that you can give to your students so that they have some practical learning. By creating a middle leadership post, the career leader responsible for spearheading the area of career education in the school. Now, many of these schools are doing this, and uh, it is really important. Again, if you have a position for a career leader, he would be responsible for arranging all that in your school. And we have notice boards in our schools. I suggest it to all the education leaders that make a notice board, keep a notice board only for updates about various entrance examinations, various registration dates, top institutes, so that the child comes to know, keeps himself updated that these entrance tests are for this particular college, and I can now. So that notice board can help them a lot. Devote one notice board for career information only. Okay, and keep uh, make it a ritual that every day you have to put up some career information there. How you can put, the from November, and even from October, the registrations starts for various competitive examinations and various entrance examinations. So you can keep those informations on that notice board, and it would be of great help. I'm telling you. So this is what you can do, and so here I'm finished with my presentation. I hope it will help. I'm telling you, no counselor can play the role of a teacher and parent. We are here to guide you, but we cannot devote as much time and energy as a parent and teacher invests in a child. So we can tell you what skills you need to develop, but we cannot be that patient as a teacher is, as a parent is with a child, and we cannot devote this much of time. So we are here for guidance, we are here for career information, we are here for telling you about the changing career trends. But what a teacher and parent can do, no one else in this world can do that. I have given just uh, a viewpoint of what I feel is important in career decision making. I know that you all have so much in your plate, but if you do this much, I believe that the children will make a better career decision with your help and guidance. So, thank you very much. I'm back to Prerna, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Rightly said, I mean, students are spending so much time in school with the teachers, and of course, parents are always there. And parents today, they are more than just an authority figure. They are more of like a friend. They can guide them with in this environment where the children are taught to be independent and take decisions on their own and decide for their career.
See,
They can, the parents can. Yeah.
this is the time when I see the time is changing
Yes.
drastically, and I feel that we don't need to focus only on the student. We need to, focus on ourselves as well. Parents
Right.
need to do a great deal of things to be well equipped with all the information so that they can guide
Yes.
the
They
child.
can connect with them to know their child's best, and along with some very important information about the new career paths and the career choices that the child is making, that they can facilitate the process in choosing the right career for them. And he also discussed about the do's and don'ts, what the parents can actually do, the teachers can actually do, how they can evaluate the child's aptitude, the strength and weaknesses, and also talking about how they need to motivate the child in pursuing and understanding the likes and dislikes. I think this is very important. The teachers equally are playing the same role. If we talk to understand it better, the role here of the parents and teachers in child's development is important, and of course in the future planning, and therefore they
Exactly.
need to understand their own role, how important it is in making the child open and aware of so many opportunities around them, and to pick the right one, uh, whatever the career they want to pursue in for future. And yes, that was a very motivating session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Teachers and parents, they can be motivators and they can nurture the children, and there's so much to take away from this session today. I would request the viewers to share this as much as they can, so that teachers, the parents, they can focus and they can prepare them, for a bright career, and make them ready for future to face challenges, no matter what comes. So there's no one who is more important or less important, but they both play an important role in molding the student's career.
Both play equally important
Absolutely.
role. Exactly.
Yes. They can nurture well, they can nurture them properly and make them understand
They,
how to choose a good career. And I
and
think
they,
working hand in hand is the game. Teachers and parents, they can work hand in hand and important catalyst in career development of students. So that was the session all about how the parents and teachers can actually help the children in deciding their future. And very beautifully explained in detail. Thank you so much, ma'am.
thank
It was
you.
a
Thank
wonderful
you so
session.
much. Thank you so much. Very grateful
And
for you. Okay.
thank you. And pleasure is all ours, ma'am. Thank you. And thanks all
Thank
the
you very much.
viewers for
Thank
being
you
a
for
part.
giving me this opportunity, and I'm happy if somebody, my guidance, my discussion can help somebody a little bit. That
Absolutely.
okay. Thank you so
In,
much
in
again for
case
this.
the viewers have any question, they can post it in the comment box. Ma'am will definitely try to answer them as and when possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you.